Good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful morning here. I just mowed the lawn and weed whacked around all these hives yesterday because the bee inspector is coming today. He'll be here soon. We're going to rifle through all these hives here. And their main job is to check for American foul brood. That's literally why the job was created. But they do all kind of other stuff anyway, but usually mite checks and everything, which I never do. But I think for this year I'm going to break down and allow a mite test to be done on my old queen's colony and one of her daughter's 2-year-old colonies, 2-year-old queen colonies, just to see what their levels are. And if they're very high, that's good, because that'll tell me that they've survived in spite of high mite counts. There's no reason to think that their counts were any lower in the past seasons. So as everybody gets high mite counts and treats and can't decide if they're going to live or die, I'll know. So let's see when he gets here. Hopefully this is a painless inspection. Not a big fan of them, but do what you gotta do. I'm ready, y'all. Let's eat it. I got my little sticky notes. So if I find an issue in one of these hives, cleanlessness or whatever the heck, I'll put a little sticker on it and come back later and fix it. And I got bags for these 2 mite counts we're gonna do. I want to count the exact number of bees in each sample so I can get a 100% accurate number. Okay, everybody, I had to jump in here really quick at the beginning of the video to tell you that I couldn't film the entire inspection. It was over 4 hours of looking through many hives, many frames, a lot of discussing things that weren't really going to look good on video, but I'm almost done editing it, and I want to apologize for the kind of jumpiness of the video, but I think it's really interesting how this an inspection on a treatment-free yard, on a non-treating yard. Just watch really closely and listen really closely and tell me if you kind of think some of the things that I thought, whether good or bad, the kind of jumpiness between hive to hive. I'm going to try to put something on the screen to let you know which colony I'm in. Some colonies only have like maybe 5 seconds of footage really quickly, just to give you an idea of how many we were going through. What else was it? What was the other thing that was annoying when I was editing this? Alright, we're going into the 3rd colony for today. This is a daughter of my Limerick queen. Probably the biggest one here. I don't really keep big hives, but see how it goes. He said that some of the perforated cells might mean AFB, and since I can't identify mite problems, I probably can't identify brood problems. I can identify mite-related issues. It's not a big deal to me. I don't treat for mites. AFB is kind of a leap, but he went to get some toothpicks to, I guess, do the ropey test. So we'll see what happens. What you're trying to get there is a ropey kind of situation when you pull that toothpick away?
Yeah, I mean, I certainly don't want it to rope out, but that's the test, the field test for American foul brood.
Okay.
A lot of times you'll get like a bead of sweat on the capping. Liquid from the melting pupa drains out through the capping. But yeah, this is all mite related.
Okay, we decided to mite count this colony, which is definitely showing a lot of signs of high mites. So we're going to do an alcohol wash and see what the numbers are. I'm assuming it's going to be pretty high, well above the threshold, and then I will check right back in here in April to see what happened. We got a bunch of bees in the tub here. We're going to double check for the queen, and then take a scoop, put them into the alcohol. And the other two cases, my queens are marked. I know I would find them, and there's no chance of washing her.
Bees out. See, all those might fall out, so get them out. Sometimes these like really mite damaged hives will be will have low varroa mite counts.
What? You said they'll have a low?
Yeah, because like they already start collapsing and the mites move around. Usually they sink, but I got a couple that are floating here.
Floating mites here. Look at this. This is a new thing here. Looks like a Christmas decoration. And them snow globes. So we're going to get the kind of on-the-go number, and then I'm going to count these one by one with tweezers and get an actual real number. I was always curious, you know, people that are really experienced with counting mites, like how many there are actually in a cup. Is it 300?
Yeah.
Is it 200? Could it be 400? You know,
I just counted some from my hives. I got like 315, I think.
That's pretty good.
And I thought I was like a little bit light on my count.
Oh my goodness, look at that. Holy gracious. That's beautiful. How many is that? Like, God, can you even...
Yeah, I mean, I'll count them.
Yeah, I want to see that, yeah.
I'd say between 30 and 50, I would guess.
Alright, we'll be right back. So Jeff, preliminarily we got 50 mites in a 300 bee sample. What percentage is that?
It's 10%, or no, what? It's 50
50
mites.
into 300. That number's so high it's hard to even do that kind of math.
Yeah.
So how many would, say, 5 be?
Well, 3 would be 1%, so 30 would be 10%, 60 would be 20%, so you're at
about 25%. Okay, so
yeah.
way above the treating threshold, far above the imminent death threshold. Alright, let's move on to the next. We're going into Brandon Miller's colony, the swarm I caught at his place in 2017, I think. The one that was in a fiber swarm trap here over the winter time in 2018. I don't really get into this one much. I got a ton of drone brood on this outside frame. Could be... I don't think it's going to be laying workers, because they would have... This colony would have been kind of empty, probably.
I think it's actual drone cone.
So this is my limerick colony. This is my oldest queen I have here. So this is the main one I wanted to see what the mite counts are. I really didn't want to. I just want to see if I can prove a point. I don't have any reason to believe her counts were any lower in the past 3 falls. So whatever it is today, I have to assume she survived it unless I'm just a freaking lottery winner. But they ain't even looking that great, really. Look kind of light. So let's see. Turns out it was a good run, but this colony went queenless and having laying workers. You know what? Let me just rip through it real quick. Well, just leave it open. I'll just rip through it. Alright, so since my favorite queen no longer exists, we're going to do a mite wash count on one of her descendants here. Just giving it a, what would you call it, a precursory check. There we go. Let's throw that in there. Once again, bumping them into the bucket, allowing foragers to fly back. Get most of the nurse bees, Randy Oliver style. And a scoop, dumping it in. A little extra scoop. And we'll be back with the count in a minute. We're swirling the mites around. Alright, so now we're filtering out any mites to the bottom. It's looking like another slobber knocker.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9, that's
10, 11.
Alright, it's 11. If there's an update, I'll put it in the screen. This is, again, a daughter of my favorite queen. This was a flyback split that I did. Let's see how they look.
They are vented high or no?
Yeah, they have a vent there. I might have to vent them a little bit more, maybe put a drainage hole at the bottom.
Yeah,
just in case while they're leaning forward.
Yeah.
And I'll put an extra layer in insulation on the lid just on top. It's not looking too hot. Spotty brood pattern.
Spotty. There's your queen.
I think once I get the feed on them, they always take a big turn.
Yeah.
Okay, these are my stone, old stone bees that I got 2 years ago. Checking them out. I don't really get into them too much over here in this corner. Haven't seen any hive beetles today, but that'll change once we get over there in the shade. And this is a split from the colony we just looked in. This is where I put the original queen. Let's see if we can see any beetles running around up here. Nope. Alright, so for the third and final mite wash count for the day, this is my Douglasville colony. Overwintered twice. Hopefully there's a damn queen in here. See what happens.
Probably good test.
Found her in there. She's still got a little bit of mark left on her. Now we're doing the collection.
Two.
Alright, we're getting close to the end. We went through a few over there. We're back over here to the top of the yard. We're done doing mite counts. Just checking general health. A lot of, some light colonies, some of them have just enough food for now. Yeah, ran my Birdsboro 3rd floor roof bees. Oof, that comb's wiggling. All foundationless here.
That first hive that we looked at, right? Or the big hive, the 52 mite one.
Yeah, this is basically direct descendant of that one over there, 52 miter. Same line of bees from my old queen that's not here anymore. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. There's always some way of explaining why something lives and why something dies. I don't think I've seen this queen in a long time. Overall, in my opinion, things look really good. There were some colonies that were a little light. I'm going to be feeding, so they're going to just fatten right up. I did lose my favorite queen ever, but I have plenty of her descendants to go forward with. Yeah, it really wasn't bad. Mite counts, we only counted 3. One was extremely high, which is going to be really crazy if that thing survives. But yeah, I'm happy with it. We didn't get robbing started, which was always a fear of mine, inspecting this late in the year. I think it went really well. What do you think? What did you notice? Did you listen really close and see what everybody was saying? I was listening. See you on the next one.